wondering if the cafe is insured. We didn't see it mentioned in the policy that we were given when we did the right to know request. The cafe is clearly in bad shape and safety issues with the public. Now that the town owns it, should be considered condemned and posted. It's a liability issue if someone goes there and gets hurt. There also is a rumor that the supervisors have a list of properties they consider nuisance, that they intend to condemn, and my address is on the list. Is this true? Do the supervisors have an issue with my property? And this I heard last year. I decided to ask you about it. We heard a rumor that you were planning to move the playground equipment from the park to the cafe property. Is this true? Would you like to see a copy? We would like to see a copy of the health insurance policy to the township. This was included in our right to know request but was not provided. What funds do the profit from scrap go into? Were these included in the audit? So, first of all, is cafe insured?
We have a blanket insurance policy, Marcia, but I will double check with our insurance agent and just to make sure.
Okay, because they had a couple addresses, they didn't have that. Okay.
Marcia, just to let you know too, I got with the building code inspector, Braun, and we are going to be doing a bunch of training in there, and he's deemed it safe for use. So it's not that bad, I guess, just to let you know, if that makes any sense.
What are you gonna do?
We're gonna do some firefighting drills, some rope rescues, we're gonna smoke it up between different departments with smoke, rescue, firefighter, survival.
Well, I was talking more the public, the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you had said that in the last meeting, that you
Yeah.
were gonna do something, but yes, thanks for letting me know.
Yep.
How about the rumor that the playground equipment all can be moved down to the cafe? People are asking me
That's
about it.
exactly what they are, rumors. There's nothing being moved.
Not at all. Okay, because that's been going on for over a year. And how about my house, my property?
Completely rumors.
No, this
All
was
is free, people
someone
can say
that
what they want.
was up here and saw the list. So it wasn't a rumor, it was last year.
I don't know who you talk to, but we have no list, so.
Whatever, okay, how about the health insurance, I requested the insurance policies.
I didn't see no.
Yeah, I said all
ask for health
insurance.
insurance.
I said all insurances.
I'll look at it again.
Okay, and then where does the scrap money go? Profit, was it in the audit report?
No, it is not.
And why?
Prior, all the previous supervisors would turn the scrap in and they would keep it. They would give it to the road crew, all of them, the road crew. That's what they did with it. Here, when they turned the scrap in, they've used it for things for the township. Like, they put, what did you guys put in the grader? You used that.
We gave,
We used that money to take the stuff out of the cafe. That money has stayed right here in the township. It ain't getting split up between no road crew, it's staying right here in the township. And that's what it's being used for. Water for the road crew.
Is any of that documented, or you're just
Oh yeah,
saying
I have
that?
every receipt, every single receipt for
No, I
it.
mean, is it in the treasurer's report or
It is
in
not,
that?
it is not, it is cash. It was scrap that was taken in. At least it's being kept here in the township and not being given to the road employees. It's being kept right here at the township, like it should be. And there's a receipt for everything that has been spent out of it. Going to landfill, every bit of water, what else did we do?
Before Joe passed away, we gave him and Mary
Oh, yeah.
$100
Yep.
gift certificate.
And we approved that with yourself, myself, and Mr. Orzetti.
We also included the road crew as
Yeah.
a part of it.
Yeah.
You did what?
We bought visor vent guards for the 550 because we felt that would be better to come out of our junk money than taxpayer money. We bought a stereo for the grader, we bought a stereo for the new tractor.
It stayed within the township. Anything else, Marcia?
I guess not a second, thank you.
Rob?
Nope, I'm good for now, thanks.
Well,
Yeah, I wanted to come up and talk about, the ball field a little bit. They started fall season for the kids. They're having a hard time finding like field time or whatnot, so like Char, he's 11 and they got him practicing at like 9 o'clock at night on Fridays, which is pretty late, so we've been practicing up here in the field. Is there anything that, you know, if we bring it to the local teams, if they'd be allowed to come out here and practice if they can't find field time? I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen anybody practicing out there, or, you know.
They
They
did
just
last
signed
year.
into the same
Did they?
agreement.
Some,
run
yeah,
team
they
on
did.
last year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they've
Okay,
done it
so we'd be in
last
the
few
clear.
years.
You're covered under the little league insurance.
yeah.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah, it's just very stagnant in town. And then, I just wanted to, you know, we haven't got too many people up at the sewer and water authority meetings. So I figured I'd come up here and just say, hey, you know, if you got questions, comments, concerns, anything, we're up here the first Tuesday of every month. I don't think that I think that there might be like one stray that's not a Tuesday, but it involves like a holiday. Maybe it's like 4th of July or some shit, I don't know. But, you know, if you got questions, comments, if you're, you know, just wanna get up on things, we'll be up here and be more than happy to have you.
Did you get a secretary?
Well, we did some interviews today, and, we come to, an agreement on it. We didn't get, I mean, even after you guys had shared it, I mean, we got how many shares online? So after the newspaper, you sharing it, and I think Stephanie, you
Mhm.
pushed out, we only got 3 applicants. Yeah, so we didn't get the turnout that we wanted to, but, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
So he's getting the rep done, so.
We did have, I mean, I think that if it was more of a full-time position, we would have raked in a lot more interest, but, you know, it is what it is, so make the best of what we got, but like I said, I mean, there's, you know, tons of stuff going on,
I think you would've got more interest if it was still a work-at-home position too.
yeah.
So whoever decided that needed to be
And
changed.
That's tough, cause I mean, we kinda all decided that it would be good to have somewhere for anybody to go at any time if they had questions instead of, like I know Rob, you had a, when you called out about the plan sounding funny, you didn't really know who to get a hold of or anything, and if we had something set in stone, it'd be a little more solid for people to go to, even to go to pay your bill. I mean, postage is going up again.
Yeah, in
You know,
July.
I mean, it's just crazy, so, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and we tried multiple avenues, so. But again, I mean, we're up here, and if any of you guys wanna come up, we'd be more than happy to have you, and they're not always the most eventful, but it is what it is. But that's all I got.
I appreciate what you do.
Hey, thank you.
Glenn?
About the scrap. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the scrap is just, maybe somebody's got an old refrigerator or an old washer or dryer, and they say, hey, you know, what can we do with this? Yes, usually we got a scrap pile, we turn it in once or twice a year, and isn't that where a lot of it comes from? Is, you
Yeah.
know, residents got something that they wanna get rid of.
During cleanup, when we have the spring cleanup, we save a lot of the steel, the scrap, the tin, because then, it saves in the weight when they haul the dumpsters into the landfill, it saves in the weight, and we can make a few bucks to get tools and things that we need for inside the shop. Because we do a lot of, different things here now, we got the front end ripped out from underneath the blue dump truck because the 4-wheel drive went out. It tore up some gears, tore up the bearing, the housing. It was all inside the axle, so the mechanic suggested the best route to go. It's a common problem for International. We had to remove the whole axle out from underneath the front, so, you know, we were able to help them do a lot of that stuff, so it cuts down on the maintenance costs. And things, you know, like we give, Joe and Mary, we wanted to give it to Joe and Mary, but Mary ended up getting it because Joe had passed, before we could get the approval of all because everybody works for peanuts here, we did give Darren and Cork $100 Christmas bonus out of that. I opted out, I didn't want it, and Carrie didn't want it, it's the least we could do for them, for the job that they do. But yeah, we're not hiding nothing from anybody, it's there, it's cash, it's in one of the fireproof boxes there.
But then too, just say for instance, a resident's got a lawnmower and the transmission goes out of their lawnmower, and they stop up here and say, well, geez, you know, the transmission went out of my lawnmower and there's a lawnmower that would be compatible with it. There's not a problem with that resident taking that transmission, correct?
Nope, not at all. I think Justin uses that a little bit for a junkyard back here once in a while. But, you know, it's kinda even, he gives us lawnmower parts and we give him snow blower parts, so it works out.
I just wanted to clarify
That's
that.
been donated by the residents.
I just wanted to clarify that probably 90% of the scrap that's back there and it gets turned in is actually donated by the residents.
Mm-hmm.
So you can drop off anything, just let you know.
Scrap metal.
Scrap metal,
So when you're talking refrigerators,
appliances,
like that,
the appliances,
Just let us know.
that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, just let us know.
Before I didn't think you'd really want to big stuff,
Yeah.
anytime, not just cleanup then.
No, scrap.
yeah, anytime,
Not
you can drop
garbage,
off scrap
scrap.
metal anytime.
Scrap metal.
He knows what I'm talking about, okay,
Talk about garbage.
It's down over the bank there, but,
just let you know.
but it's been going pretty smooth. Last year, right after the cleanup, we ended up getting two, flat screen TVs donated to us down there that aren't metal. But we kinda overlooked it, and, I called Kate from Conservation, and she said when you come down to get the blower, just leave them here and we'll recycle them for you, because we're a municipality in Elk County, so they did that for us.
You gotta pay pretty heavy to get rid of them now,
Yeah.
and even the dumpster fee, like, I don't know if they quoted you guys yet for the dumpsters here, but the tipping fee went up at the landfill by like 10 or 11 bucks.
Actually, we try to watch this dumpster real close, because Tom Haberberger gives us that as a free service.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't charge us for that, and it's mainly our garbage and the fire department's garbage. And he does that to give back to his community.
Right,
so,
right. Thomas is a old guy.
Yeah, so but then, I know Brett's put some stuff in there, a few times from down at the water, and then, Joe, when he was doing the plant down there, he would put bags and some grease and stuff in there. The stuff that needed properly disposed of.
Right.
So, yeah, it's,
Worked out.
yeah. Anything else?
Oh, that's it.
Dad? Leo?
Year to date, fire department's had 10 calls, couple trees down, motor vehicle accidents, traffic control. We've been hammering pretty hard, it's come a long way, been cleaned up a lot, quite a bit. Maintenance concerns in the fire hall, they're getting up to par. We have another outfit from up in Cherry Grove that I do believe is donating 10 Scott air packs with cylinders. It's already certified and ready to go. So we're moving along in the right direction, I guess. Still have a long way to go. Most of our forms that we have to file within the state are pretty close to being up to date from a couple of years ago to now. And also let everybody in the township know that the DCNR and NOAA weather station has issued a burning ban in effect for all the state of Pennsylvania. So please, if you do not have to burn, don't do it. Other than that, I think that's about it.
Tim?
I just wanna thank Willie and the boys there for doing a good job getting the books and everything called up. Everybody paying their bills and you guys helping them. Are you gonna put new locks on that gate down there so the water truck don't go in there for the yards? Hoffman?
Down at the plant,
No, down water down here in the Hoffman's.
we didn't plan on changing really anything, cause we didn't really have like a key sheet and a lock sheet, and it was just kinda like master locks to go off of, and I I don't even think that there's a pin in that, but, if you come up to the next meeting and mention I can get it on the action item list and we can take a look at it.
Cause I passed her numerous times coming in and out of there, and
Yeah.
I don't know where he gets it, if it's out of that one pond up off the road, left going in, or if he's dipping right out of the water, I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, just remind me to get it on the list and
Alright,
get a look
I
at
just
it.
wanna thank you for doing a good job.
Yep.
That all, Tim?
Yep.
Nothing.
I'm not good with names.
I'm new here. My name's Clarence. I live in Kane, and I'm also one of Leo's newest volunteer.
Nice to meet you. You got any public comment or anything?
Nope. I do. If anybody needs like an elderly person that needs a refrigerator moved out of the house, I'm willing to come up. Me and Justin's willing to come up and get it out of the house for 'em.
Well, thank you. Justin, anything?
I just want to thank you guys for allowing us as a department to use your mechanic to fix our trucks, so that was helpful.
It's working pretty good then?
Yep.
It's not on fire, so it's.
We're not trying to put it out.
He said it would be about 3 to 4 weeks for our front end. And when he brings that up, I think he was gonna bring up the solenoid for the air horn.
Awesome.
So, yeah. As soon as I know, I'll let you guys know.
Awesome, thank you.
Alright, that's what you
It's
tell you?
that
Yep.
Cavani, he's out of St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have his number if you need it.
Well, I know that Brian, their local guy that came, started some bit. I didn't know if he was helping you guys with mechanics or not. I'm pretty,
Who's that?
Ryan Nicholas.
Yeah, we had them twice. They
Yeah.
welded aluminum bed on the blue dump, the steel rod underneath.
Yeah.
It corroded off from the salt
Mm-hmm.
because it's the steel to the aluminum.
That's a
And he
similar.
come out and fixed it up. I think he was here for 2 days, charged us $500.
Yeah. No, I heard a lot of good things
So,
about it.
yeah,
Mechanical
did a really good
fabrication.
job.
Is he doing mechanics as well?
Yeah, he does everything. He's
I thought he
a
just
jack
did
of all
welding.
trades.
Didn't you know?
That's what I thought he was doing.
Yeah, we didn't know.
I
he
haven't
was
started
doing
out there. I'll check
Yeah.
and see.
He's actually a millwright out to King Hardwood,
Yeah.
and he does all this stuff on the side.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But I was just curious.
Don't keep him in mind. I know there's a lot of moving parts out there and all the own shit. Stephanie, you got anything?
Just two suggestions. At the last meeting, I had asked about like a web page or Facebook, and Carrie said she wasn't able to do that. So somebody commented this site. It's called eCode 360. eCode 360. And what they do is they electronically upload all of your codes for the municipalities, and it's $195 a year, which I think is pretty reasonable to handle that. So I think that's something they might want to consider, and then that way people can just jump online and look at the codes without having to request copies or whatnot. My other suggestion is Kane Borough does this, and I'm actually on the list, so I thought it might work here. If you'd be willing to take the time to make an email group for residents of Highland that might want an email that would bring a copy of the agenda for the meeting, and then a copy of the minutes from the previous meeting. I think if you made that group, it might take 15-20 minutes to do initially, and then once a month you would just push out a group email that would just attach the agenda for the meeting and the minutes, if that's something that you would consider doing. That's
I
it.
also, I think I talked, maybe I didn't talk to you guys, maybe I just talked to the fire department, I don't know. Can't remember that far back, but said something about maybe getting an informational board.
Mm-hmm.
kinda like something like SMP or some shit like that, where we could post it, whether it be at the fire hall here at the township, whatever, and you could put events from the sewage, the maybe the township stuff, fire hall stuff, just so that people come in and out of James City, they know what's going on,
Right.
and also aware of, hey, Will's doing something, or we're doing something, or maybe the township's doing something. You have Earth Day cleanup coming here. Just something to let everybody know, hey, these are the events that are going on. This is happening.
I agree. We actually talked about doing that from the rec association.
Yeah.
And we did get approval from the postmaster to put it right in front of the post office if that's something you guys would want to consider doing. And
I
that way.
think it'd be. I'm not saying that that's a bad spot, but I think it.
No,
needs
no,
to
I'm
be
just saying
somewhere
anywhere that's,
people are in and out.
yeah, because right now you have to, I believe, come inside here to see.
There's a lot of gas lines and water lines right there.
Yeah.
We've had that dug up a few times. But that's a good point, because we had brought that up at our meeting last month.
Yeah, it's just, you need a place that everybody has access to it 7 days a week
Into that,
at their convenience.
to that website comment, I want to say that I've seen, and it was recently, and you guys, it might be a quick avenue. I think Jones Township just put in a website. For some reason that comes to mind. I think I just seen that. But it might be a quick avenue to talk to at least. But yeah.
Beating on the email thing though, I'm gonna be realistically with all the other organizations I'm in. Anybody that is over the age of 50 years old, you might as well forget about computer, because they don't want nothing to do with it. So,
If you get slapped, we
email
all know
lists,
why.
I mean, you know what I mean. If
Communication's key.
Yeah,
if you
I'm just
post
looking
stuff-
for options though. Liam.
I
For
get
everybody.
you, I get you.
But
I'm
yeah,
just saying,
the
do you use email?
a bulletin board
The
would
world's
solve the problem for the older
fastest
people.
means of communication is telephone, telegraph, telewoman.
Well, that was me you were talking to about the sign.
Yeah, something like
Down by the pavilion next to the fire hall.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I don't think there's nothing in there. Sewers in there, but that's pretty deep.
Well, and like I said, you already have electric ran there that you could tie right into the sign if you needed to light it up, do whatever we needed to
Right.
do. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't cost us piddly,
Right.
cost you peanuts.
Cashews.
Yeah, cashews.
Yeah.
Or pistachios.
Stephanie, is that all you have?
That's it.
Okay.
I'd be
I'm
like
gonna
that
close
one in
the floor to
Kane's
public
all
comment.
busted up. On the skateboard.
Meeting minutes, balance sheet, treasurer's report.
I make a motion to approve March meeting minutes, balance sheets, and treasurer's report.
I'll second that.
World's three fastest means of communication.
Yes, I get email.
Correspondence notice from the Allen County Commissioners for a disturbance distribution of the county's liquid fuels fund for the amount of $7,000 for approved projects. Notice from the Allen County Planning Department for the CDBG block grant applications are being accepted. Permit applications for Penn Hills Resources, Howe Township, Minor Run Oil Company, Jenkins Township, and SB/ABS interest Sweatmore project. Committee reports. I think we got yours, Leo. Now we'll do the road. We've been doing some grading, some cold patching. The front end tore out of the blue dump truck. Since we haven't heard anything back from the PennDOT rep, are we gonna move forward with doing something with Ohio? Like rip it up and put down a sub base?
Yeah, but I think we should wait until he gets the information to us.
How long we gonna give him? I don't know, I'm not impressed by this guy.
Well, he said it would be a little bit.
What are you looking at ripping up?
The blacktop on, I call it the Ohio extension, the dead end section up there. All the clay's pushed up through, we're gonna lower the manhole in the middle of the road, cause we don't need it anymore.
From like Millstead's up to the end.
Yeah, and, put some, limestone down, make a sub base to which if we do that, that would take off the price of bidding it out, you know what I mean? So it would help us save some.
And I email and see where he's at.
Alright, you do that, cause we got a week of shitty weather coming in, and if it gets nicer, then we wanna make some more hay. Okay? Butch Terry stopped me today, he's got a couple holes up in front of his house that got overlooked, and then, there's a sluice pipe down behind Mrs. Nicholas's, it's on the turn down there, it needs raised, and that needs cold patched.
Do we have more?
No, we have maybe a yard with that, and we have Old Lamont, or Lamont.
Cause we'll have to see where we're at with our stone. That's more.
Cause that's all in the materials price, right?
Couple bags of quickcrete.
I seen flowers and trees planted in them on Facebook, that was a good idea. And what do you think about the asphalt millings on that government website?
It just depends.
Just roughly, if you get it for $10 a ton, and a 23-ton truck, you're up $200-300. Trucking's probably $100 an hour now. That's 2 hours down and back
Maybe
to
it's like
Brookville.
$330, maybe $230 a ton, or truckload.
Did you say
Or
blacktop
23.
milling was $10 a ton? Wow.
For municipality.
It's in
I was gonna
Brookville.
say, geez, cause like, you can't get anything for $10 a ton around here. I mean, even
Well,
ground.
We don't have any tandems to haul it, so we have to hire, that's the thing,
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't
still,
make
that's like
it,
half the cost.
right.
I mean,
$40 a
maybe if
ton.
we put it up to bid.
Keep it under the bed.
They sell.
Well, with cold patch we got already, that's been one load, right? That was $800 for 5 tons.
If you get millings, do you need coal patch?
Yeah, cause the millings are for the dirt roads.
Just kind of see where we're at with that too.
Buy a mill machine, reuse it.
That's what we need to do. Mill the whole town. Right back down. Alright. And that's all I got for road crew. Got the Ford inspected.
You guys aren't putting millings back heading out Windy City, are you?
Hmm?
You're not putting any other material back down heading out through down past my house, are you? You're just leaving it
Up
there?
where we tore the tar and chip up this
Yeah,
morning?
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put some, we have, I get it from Paper City Transit, it's called Dirty Twos.
Yeah.
It was recommended
Just
to me
some
from
gravel.
Jones Township. It's, the 2B gravel with sand mixed in it,
Oh,
off the
okay.
line.
Yeah.
But, being that we pulled that up, it's rough right now.
Mhm.
Then we can put that down and smooth it up and pack that in, and then we can put some of our chips on it. And
Okay. Yeah, I was just worried about if you put some solid back down, it'll just give people some more footage to burn their tires off. You know, I think that it looks great now, it's smooth out
Yeah.
down through there today.
Yeah,
I
we need
wouldn't-
to,
Don't want to run a racetrack.
we probably should, get our camera that we approved like last year. Cause somebody had a heyday down there over the weekend, there was shit tore up everywhere, down in the ditch, up over the bank, in the middle of the road.
And I got a drip in there too for that well, they were a couple yards away from taking that out. You know,
Where was that?
right out back here. Even up here to the intersection, they got into it.
Yeah.
Started burning out and then down into the berm and blew the berm out and then they made it up to the end of the road and
Burnt
did it
it.
out there.
Is it a vehicle or,
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, it's in a
Somebody
vehicle,
must got a
not
lot of money for
ATVs.
tires.
that's what I was.
Shortly enough, Leo.
Now, for some reason, we haven't had really anything with the ATVs. There's a couple of them in town here that aren't licensed or registered that rip around. Cops will handle that, I guess.
Yeah. Did you have the signs put up there?
No, that's on the to-do list. We have the signs. There's, I think, 50 of them just for James City, and then I think another 35 of them throughout the country.
Who's supposed to enforce that?
What's that?
The ATVs. Like there's rules and stuff, but who's
Forestry and
enforcing?
State police.
Yeah.
Actually, any law enforcement officer can enforce an ATV law.
Yeah.
Dog warden can enforce the ATV law.
Sheriff. Well, that's all I have on old business. Reminder for the Elk County Association of Township officials, scholarship applications have to be turned in by April 28th, 2023. Applications are in the back if anyone should need one. Reminder for the litter pickup will be held April 22nd, 2023, 8 a.m. And we will meet here at the Township building. We have to watch a safety video and hand out some gear that the state's given us. Garbage bag, gloves, vests, whatever else. And a reminder that this Township Secretary will be out of the office from April 24th, 25th, and 26th to attend the Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors Yearly Conference. New business, discuss and make motion to advertise to enact and a recreation ordinance for the township.
We have a copy of it here if anybody would like to read it. We have to advertise it. I'll make a motion that we advertise to set up a recreation ordinance for the township.
I'll second.
And I have a copy of that, and can you read it out loud now?
This is a draft. If you would like to look at it, you're more than welcome to look at it, and I can give you a copy of it.
Report that the 2022 audit has been finalized and submitted. Make a motion to approve road crew change from Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. to Monday through Thursday, 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. starting April 13th, which is tomorrow.
I make a motion to approve the road crew hour change from Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. to Monday through Thursday, 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. starting April 13th.
How you gonna do anything in the dark in the night?
Also, what's that?
How you gonna do stuff out in the roads and stuff in the dark?
We do it quite a bit, actually.
I know plowing you do everything, but
No, actually, we actually start early, but we don't claim time for it. Because it gives us a jump on it. Like this week, it was so beautiful, it's hard to do anything in an 8-hour day. So Darren and I would take off, everything has lights on it. We even have a light, rigged up on the back of the 550, so we can go out and, cold patch and see what we're doing. We use the light that's for the spreader, and we rig the light up on the side that plugs into where our fuel tank plugs in. So we were able to do that. Like I said, this week was a nice week, so we wanted to get out and, like Billy Dunkel sent me a text message just praising me for grading the road, but I didn't grade the road. I just tried to get rid of the potholes. I told him that we'll be back to grade it. We're just trying to cut down on the potholes because like the material's there. I don't need to haul and waste money and material. I can use what's out there. But yeah, I've done it quite a bit, like 20 years or so, so it's nothing
Are you
new.
still on the public stuff, Lloyd? Or are you kinda in your guys'
Not really, but if you got something out here.
I don't know the tentative date yet, but we got with the health board. The lady from there is gonna come to the fire hall. It's gonna be open to the public and anybody that wants to, attend. But she's gonna put on a Narcan clinic.
Yeah.
So that's, so everybody's familiarized with some stuff going on. I also brought a thing to, I think I talked to you a little bit, but, with the solicitor and stuff as well. I'm a firm believer maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, I don't know, but, you know, if you or I have a beer, go down the road and we get stopped, we got a DUI. You know, we have to do ARD meetings, big fines, we gotta pay everything, you know what I mean? So I suggested to hold these people that are ODing accountable for what they're doing. We can't charge for Narcan, but we can charge your homeowner's insurance a hefty fine for us being there in time, which falls back into, you know, vehicle accidents charging insurance companies. So I said, hey, well, if these guys are, you know, getting popped Narcan all the time, why aren't we holding these people liable for their actions? Everybody else is accountable, you know, we have to be held for ours. So, I mean, you get tired of going to the same house 2-3 times in a month, Narcan the same person. You know, and you got some kid or some young firefighter that sees these people with their eyes rolled back in their head not breathing. It puts a dent on some people.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a good way to hold people accountable for it.
It's
you
called
know,
addiction, Leo. It's
what's that?
addiction.
Well, right, but I'm saying...
No, there's not a right and then there's an excuse. It's a heavy addiction, and we're losing people that matter to a lot of people.
Exactly.
So if you're a first responder, I would hope that your attitude isn't, I'm getting tired of Narcan and the same people over and over.
It's not that. I'm saying it's... I'm not saying that we're getting tired of that. Okay? But it's a heavy...
It's a burden on everybody.
It's a burden on
the person
everybody
who's
in
the
the
addict,
township.
their
It's a
mother,
burden
their
on
father,
everybody that has to deal with it.
everybody. Yes.
So
We're charging the homeowners. They get
So
charged
if
a
you
few
don't pay,
times, maybe they'll
if you
slow
don't
down
pay
a
that
little
fine of say like $500 for an example, your homeowners are probably going to start dropping people.
But how is this a township or a fire department issue? This sounds
Do you know
like
how
go to
many
Congress.
drug overdoses we've had in
This,
the township?
how are you going to enforce this?
That's
You're
Through
going
the
to.
insurance companies.
You're,
It's legal
That's an
in the state of
ordinance that has to
Pennsylvania.
be put
It's
into
a-
place.
right.
what's the damage
Actually,
done?
There's an ordinance that was already in
The
place.
damage is done is you're going to start holding these people accountable for, you know, they're going to
For
have to
what?
pay
What?
fines.
What are they paying for? That's my question. I don't understand what
They're
you're.
paying for the time that is spent by the people from the emergency services. Like I can charge on a vehicle accident, I can charge $50 an hour for every person that is on that crew per hour.
Do you do
I can
it?
bill, yes, I
You
can
do?
bill your insurance company. Say 4 of us are there. I can charge you $200 because it's $50 a person. We're there for an hour. Figure it out. So if you start billing these insurance companies or homeowners insurance, stuff like that, you're allowed to do that through the state of Pennsylvania now.
Well, I guess my question is, why haven't you been doing it?
Because it had to be put into an ordinance before we could do it. It has to be in a municipality ordinance. I can't
Okay,
just,
that part,
can't,
I didn't understand that part.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
just do it for myself. It has to be.
You're asking them to make that an
Yes,
ordinance?
yes,
Okay,
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So it's got to be in an ordinance.
I got you.
So if you do that, then you start holding people accountable. And if you're a renter, then you should have renter's insurance. And most of the time, probably your landlord's going to boot you. So it's not only that; it's also to help limit the amount of times that we have these drug overdoses or the shit that we have to deal with on an everyday basis. Not just fire hall, but the residents of the township, the communities, and I'm trying to get it to go statewide. I'm trying to get it to go through the senator's office. I'm trying to get them to approve it statewide.
Okay.
For every fire service, police department, everybody that has to deal with it.
It's not gonna solve the problem, but-
Came in contact with fentanyl in the last month.
A lot. A lot. But that was just on my mind.
We
and I,
have that
you know what I mean.
ordinance, and Tyler's reviewing it. You know, because it
And I
was.
think everything was in there. It is
Yeah.
considered a hazardous material. You can bill for hazardous, what was it, hazardous something?
So I mean, it's
So
just
I
to
think
help
that
a
would
lot too. I mean, you don't just use Narcan. I mean, there's a lot of medical supplies that
I know
you
what
know
goes
what I mean.
along with it.
Right.
Okay.
So
Is that
let's
all
just
you-
try to recoup. Yeah, but I just wanted to let everybody know that we're going to do a whole clinic and a blood pressure clinic too as well. So, sorry for,
You can let Carrie
You'll
know
let us
that,
know.
so.
yeah.
Yeah, but let us know, let Carrie know, she'll let me know. Okay, make a motion to review the bills, make a motion to accept the bills as paid.
I make a motion that we review the bills, and I make a motion that we accept the bills as paid. For anybody who hasn't heard, there's always a list of the bills that were paid at the meeting, back there that were approved at this meeting. There's and for each, account.
Can I, have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting. Second that?
I'll second, yes. I'll second the motion to review the bills.
Scott, he's your daddy, not mine. That's Leo's son. I left my home at Third
He
Broker.
told me that, I'm like, holy shit, are you kidding me?
Where,
He's like, hey, what's going on?
Where, going
Shit,
to
I'm
the
in the
party
wrong
where
place.
you get a lower control.
I know, Gus was living there. I was the only guy in the street that she did, so.
Car's over